This is one of those videos where I just really wanted to see what was going to happen. We've turned the largest deserts on Earth into countries. And these places are going to be no joke because we have very large deserts on Earth. The biggest, in fact, according to this mod, the Arctic Desert. That's right, it is a desert. A desert is a vast area of dry, barren land. Deserts can be hot or cold environments. So that includes pretty much all the land around the North Pole. Another pretty giant desert here is Great Australia. I'm actually surprised it doesn't have even more. Australia is famously a pretty hard continent to live on, and that is exactly because of this thing. We also have the Gobi Desert, though, out here in China, which is going to really debuff China. Then there's the Arabia Desert. There's also all this land south of Argentina. Oh, and then there's also Chihuahua and the Great Basin over here in the U.S. There's 201 nations. We're going till there's only one left. Let's see who wins. We're also playing on a pretty gigantic map, so that's going to make things even more intense. So this game has just been updated. You can now include puppet states, although I see Kazakhstan has not decided to do that with the nation of Kyrgyzstan. They immediately just annexed them. A couple islands getting taken over in the Atlantic. This Sahara nation is going to be a massive threat to all their neighbors. They're actually already going after Tunisia. They're just so much bigger than everyone else too, at least in these continents. Tuvalu is just conquered by Fiji, so we've got some movement out of the Oceania Islands. North America looks like it's going to be very interesting in this game. We've just got a lot more players over here, a lot more people that can win out. Central America might be maybe unified by Honduras. They're off to a good start. South Africa getting a little bit bigger. Also Turkey going after Greece. Surprise, surprise. Here we go. Rwanda became a puppet state of the DR Congo. Oh wow, what a giant puppet state that is. Oh, this is going to make this game so interesting. This mechanic will change everything. Now, I'm assuming Rwanda can still get their Oh, we've got another one. So Kazakhstan has decided to make Turkmenistan their puppet. They didn't do that with the other Central American nation, Central Asian. I'm assuming they can get their freedom if they want. Someone's going to have to break them away, though, right? Oh, I like how it's like it wraps around them like that. Bangladesh getting pretty big against India, but now India's really closing down on them. Oh, and we have the Arctic going after Canada. Well, I don't know who declared the war, but this Arctic nation, if they don't fall, they very likely could win. Russia going after the Baltic. Oh, wait, no. Latvia took out Belarus. Wow, Belarus. I didn't think that would happen. Oh, also the DR Congo can seize certain things from Rwanda. Oh, they seize certain cities. So they just annexed the puppet, I see. Now there's a revolt happening. Turkmenistan is having to fight for their freedom against Kazakhstan. They did win that, but now they have to fight Afghanistan. So this puppet stuff's going to change everything. Ooh, we've got Finland going after the Arctic. Their capital's nice and safe in the south, but we'll see for how long. Not much movement out of North America, except Honduras is going after Mexico. Not sure how this happened, but the desert of Great Australia puppeted the Philippines and then gave them their freedom. They released the puppet. Wait, that's Indonesia. Maybe it was Indonesia. My bad, I can't read. Why did I think that was the desert? Whatever. Gobi Desert going after China. We'll see if they can stay on top of things. It's funny because in this scenario, deserts don't have a lot of people living in it. They actually have really, really low population amounts. It's not fun to live in a desert if you didn't know. But all of these places are now major players in the world. I mean, you can't really mess with them. A couple of wars happening in Europe that went over my head. Spain, first of all, unified the Iberian Peninsula. Also, Czechia completely ate all of Germany, and I didn't even notice that. Holy crap, Mexico. Is everything good? You're in a lot of different wars against Cuba and against the Chihuahua Desert. Also, Palau coming up here and taking these southern islands from the Philippines. Holy crap, look at Latvia go. They took out Belarus and then they took out Poland. How is that possible? Latvia not messing around in this game. Hungary also took out Slovenia. They're allied to Croatia. Spain moving back in after Morocco. We've already lost like almost 50 nations. I didn't even notice any of that. East Timor have just become a puppet state to Australia, so they're forced to feed them gold, which is a really big thing. So this puppet mechanic is going to be huge coming in at the end of the game when it's really all about like who's getting in the most money, who can continue to fund the wars. Oh man, Argentina might get taken out here by their very own desert, and yes, that is the case. So they instantly annexed all of them. Thailand going after two of their neighbors, Myanmar and Cambodia. They have to deal with this little enclave really close to Bangkok though. Okay, this is really not good, looking good for Thailand. And they're gone. Australia's going to attempt to conquer their desert, which they've kind of been doing for their entire existence on this continent. Pretty difficult thing to do, actually. Now that you mention it like that, deserts are the most difficult thing to conquer for humans. We actually kind of can't. We're gonna see how realistic this game is. If a desert doesn't win, then it's not that realistic. Oh man, Vietnam. Okay, so we're gonna have just one major player here in Southeast Asia, and it looks like it's gonna be Myanmar. They're getting very close to the north here. Wow, look at Bangladesh. They annexed all. They moved through India and just took out Nepal. Oh boy, Russia going after Kazakhstan. Obviously, Russia is powerful still, even though they've lost all their northern land. Not quite as powerful as they used to be. And there they go. Okay, so Australia has successfully conquered their desert. I don't know how they did that. That might might be the first desert nation to go. I'm noticing a lot of very interesting, like, people taking over all the land. Like with Latvia, like just full annexation instantly. Same kind of with Bangladesh and Nepal. Brazil tried to move in after Peru, but they were forced to peace out. And the Sahara Desert is about to get even bigger as they conquer Sudan. Bam. They surprisingly still haven't done the same to Tunisia. They've been going multiple times against Tunisia. China now, Russia getting into it. Oh, and China's got the help of Japan. Wow, look at how many Asian allies. China's allied to Taiwan, South Korea, North Korea, Japan, and the Philippines. How did they manage? This is a crazy alliance. Switzerland just became a puppet state of Czechia, who's basically Germany in this world. Oh, Czechia. Oh, I mean, Switzerland is just very small, very weak. Now Latvia just instantly annexed Estonia. Was that? Estonia got conquered. North Korea was just conquered by Russia, and they did take Beijing. Oh man, there's the peace deal though. Russia's gonna continue to... Oh, did you... Oh my goodness. So China's just been puppeted by Russia. How did they manage to do that? The Arabian Desert slowly taking over all of the Arabian Peninsula, as they should. I mean, just for naming reasons. China is now moving in after Bangladesh, trying to take back the Nepal land. Iraq just became a puppet state of Russia. Oh no, Iran did. I misread that. Holy crap, Russia is getting like a little puppet army. Czechia decided to annex Bern, so Switzerland is no longer here. And now Slovakia, little old Slovakia, who's actually like really kind of far away from their capital. They're fighting both Latvia and Ukraine. Latvia's got... Oh wow, they kind of have like the middle Europe, that whole like little alliance that they wanted to do in World War II. Russia's slowly chomping away at Iran. They just took a city, and now India's taken over all of Sri Lanka. And they're also at war with Myanmar and Indonesia. So Myanmar has come out on top in Southeast Asia, although China took a lot of the Vietnam parts. This world diplomatically is really crazy. Oh, Finland's just been puppeted. Man, Finland looked like they were doing pretty good against the Arctic too. Latvia and Czechia for a minute there. Latvia actually puppeted Denmark. That does not include Greenland. Greenland doesn't exist here. Russia is taking cities from China slowly. Their puppet is going to have to get their freedom here soon. So China loses their alliances, don't they? Yeah, they're actually at war with South Korea. South Korea can just individually attack China, a puppet, not the overlord. That's kind of interesting. Mexico picked up a new puppet in Ecuador, and now we have the Argentinian desert, or Patagonia. I hope I pronounced that right. Going after Bolivia, they just puppeted Bolivia, and they moved in. They were moving in on Brazil. Oh man, there's so many puppets happening. Oh, there's revolts happening. So Finland's trying to get their independence, and officially Czechia is gone. Look at this massive Latvia. That is insane. I have never seen a Latvia like this before. Wait, and then who does France have? It says that France is like a... What is that? Wait, what? France just got puppeted from Brazil all the way back in South America. I'm not sure if it was because of French Guyana or how exactly they puppeted a state that's all the way in another continent like this. That's actually impressive. I'm not even mad. Iran is almost completely eaten up because Russia is now... Oh, so you can puppet different cities and get enclaves. This is a Russian enclave here, which is actually really good for the AI, I noticed. Like, getting enclaves like this, not connected to your main territory, it is great in the World War Simulator. Makes you so much more powerful, gives you so much more options. Oh, with all the memes of Mexico and Ecuador going, you know, the embassy thing, this is kind of funny and ironic. So yeah, Mexico just annexed Ecuador. Oh man, and China is going demon mode, even though they are still... Wait a second. Oh, I was confused. Okay, I thought China also had Iran as their puppet. Okay, so this is still the puppet army. It's just Iran and China. And China is fighting for their overlords, fighting the Gobi Desert with the help of Russia. We'll see what happens with Mongolia. They're kind of screwed back there, aren't they? Once again, the Arctic has puppeted Finland. Oh no, Finland got their independence. France is now feeding a lot of money back to Brazil. Kazakhstan's now just been conquered by Russia. I cannot believe how, like, India's just being attacked from all sides here. They kind of have... While we kind of have like a British Raj coming up again. India allied to Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. So I think China's now going for their independence. They did not win it though. Australia annexed and puppeted Indonesia. No, just puppeted, and now they're taking land over. We need to be a lot more careful reading some of these diplomatic things because there's just so much going on now. Canada trying to push out the Arctic with the help of the US in Alaska. Also Latvia now controlling a big portion of the Baltics, a lot of Central Europe. Also, they just puppeted Italy right now. How the hell is San Marino still alive? You'd think it'd be really easy for France to get their independence. Like, what is Brazil honestly gonna do? They don't even have connected territory. And now the British are completely just taking... Oh wow, maybe France is just gonna allow themselves to get taken over. They can't stand being a puppet under Brazil. And there they go. So finally the UK making some moves. I mean, they did make moves previously. They did annex all of Ireland. Canada and the US were not successful in taking out the Arctic, but they survived to see another day. Oh man, and Patagonia. They're getting bigger. China again trying to... Oh my goodness, this is a massive Russia. Just when I thought that Russia was going to do anything in this game because the Arctic was taking away so much of their power, that was not the case. Somehow the Gobi Desert is still alive though. Okay, that's a huge Russia. They are by far bigger than the Arctic, like twice as big. The Sahara really not doing much, but maybe it's just because they have so many neighbors to worry about. Wow, look at Cyprus go. Cyprus getting like mainland Asia. Latvia continues to be a big player. Latvia is going to be... They're going to have to be the ones to take out Russia if anyone has a chance. France. Also, a pretty large Senegal that's completely attacking the south. There's 69 nations left. South Africa has now just joined the Brazilian puppet master, I guess I should say. And briefly, Australia was under the UK again. The British had another Australian puppet who was more than just Australia. It was New Zealand and a lot of Indonesia included. Wonder if they can do that same thing with Canada over here. Honduras revolted against Mexico. Mexico just literally ate land from them and they became a puppet again. So those revolts can actually backfire pretty bad. Once again, the Russians are trying to, oh my gosh, the Russians have allied to Latvia. They're trying their best to take out Pakistan. Poor Pakistan who's alone over here. And they've become another puppet. Here goes Ethiopia trying to take out Kenya and the DR Congo who are pretty thick around them. Oh man. Okay, well if anyone's gonna take out the Arctic, it would be Russia right now. Where even is the capital? Oh, it is in the largest Canadian island. They're not gonna be able to get over there. The Russians are actually, they lost a little bit of land there, even though their puppets were feeding them gold. Now we have the US moving in after Latvia. Also again, the Arctic and their number one rival, Finland. They're going at it. Turkey, who has not done much here. I guess Greece has been giving them some problems. Did Greece formerly have them as a puppet? Possibly. Ooh, are they gonna retake Cyprus? They did retake Cyprus. There's now a new Japanese puppet for the Russians to play with. Canada puppeted Spain somehow, and they just annexed Galicia. They're very close to getting Madrid. The British are now taking over the Catalonian part, and Spain just barely exists. Less than 50 nations left. Mexico has annexed Panama. It looks like Brazil will be taking out the south here. Latvia has been puppeted by the Arctic, which is going to give them a lot of power that they need against Russia. So much money flying around the map. Can't even keep up. Oh boy, there goes Mongolia. Ghana doing pretty good. They've divided Senegal, who had a huge empire before. Pretty huge for sub-Saharan Africa. And here we go. The Canadians are actually pushing into Africa right now, pushing into the Sahara country. Oh man, Australia taking over a lot of modern-day Indonesia and a lot of Oceania. They'll probably annex New Zealand soon. Man, I don't know who's, there's a top three, like Russia, are the Arctic nation, and then Canada, all very powerful. Oh, the Russians just moved through all of Latvia, grabbed all of that up. Who is this? Brazil has now Catalonia. So they're actually speaking Portuguese on this side of the Iberian Peninsula now. That's ironic. Mexico's the newest ally to, or the newest puppet of Brazil. Brazil also has puppeted, is that the, yes it is. It is the UK up here. Holy crap. Oh, they can get out of that easily, I think. Well, maybe. Actually don't know. Oh, Brazil owns Ireland. This is so crazy. Less than 30 nations left. Statistically speaking, Russia's still way far out ahead. Man, look at, I didn't realize that Africa was basically all united under this alliance. The alliances can change a lot though. Dang, look how big Zambia's been getting. Chihuahua fighting the US. Oh boy, this might be it for the UK. Oh, they're still fighting. They're still fighting the Russians. Russia just puppeted Greece and Arabia. Love how the Brazilians have done like a reverse colonization of the Eastern Hemisphere now. Wow, they've got parts in Africa, South Africa, also still in the Iberian Peninsula and Ireland and Wales. Oh crap, and Ukraine is back from the dead. Or maybe they didn't ever go anywhere, but they've been helping out the Arctic. The Russians have left Europe. Funny enough, Brazilians are taking over. Again, I'm so shocked about that. Brazil actually has all of like Latin America at this point. The Chihuahua Desert is gone. Also, Australia is becoming a major force out here. Ukrainians now fighting the Arctics. There's 9 countries left, but it looks like there's maybe less or more. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how South Africa is still here, and they're not a puppet, surprisingly. Look at how huge that Brazilian empire extends to. Oh man, and there goes Ukraine. The Russians are kind of just stuck with Central Asia, the Middle East, parts of the Gobi Desert. Bam, and there it goes. So the Arctics have just, what am I saying? Puppeted Ukraine. Oh, and they're already fighting for their independence? No, wait, no. The Canadians back in Iberia. Ukraine trying their best to fight for their freedom against the Arctic, but it's not working. The Sahara Desert moving through Sicily and the southern part. Ooh, they're kicking out some Brazilians. They need to kick them out entirely from Italy, northern Italy now. This alliance between Canada and the US has gone strong. Canada seems to be the stronger force, though. There's 7 nations left now. Statistically, the Arctica, I guess I don't know why I've been calling them, their name is, I guess, Arctica. Holy crap, what happened? Oh, did they just lose? Oh, they lost Ukraine officially. Oh, so that gets added. Their puppets get added to their territory. Australia really, whoa! So when did that happen? Did that happen peacefully? It must have happened peacefully, or was it, I have no idea. I think it is, yeah, I think there's unifications peacefully at this point in the game. So Australia annexed their former brother Canada and the US. Australia also helped Ukraine get their independence. Now they're fighting Ukraine. Then there's the massive Brazilian empire with all these colonies around the world. There's one thing I do like about the puppet mechanic is that people can form like overseas empires. Give me like British vibes or just any European colony. The Arctic has now become a puppet to Australia. They are both a nation, so I get it. And Brazil has conquered the Arctics, and they have all these colonies now. Jeez. Literally sending everyone to Brazil, even the deserts at this point. Didn't think they had that power. This is the Alliance map mode. It's Australia and the Sahara Desert working together. I don't even know what to think. This map is so complicated. I can barely even move, my computer's gonna explode. Ukraine's become officially a puppet to Brazil, and now the Australians fighting both of them. When did the Sahara Desert become a puppet? I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Ukraine's got almost no money, though. I really don't know who's gonna be able to win this. Australia and Brazil both have huge overseas empires. And here it is. This is like the World War. It's like 1984. Who's gonna run out of money faster? The problem is the Ukraine and Sahara Desert are making massive differences because they're giving away their money, both allied to the other. The Australians advancing in the northern part of Africa, and also, I guess, Mexico. And now the Sahara Desert is moving in after Ukraine. It's almost about over for Brazil, or maybe not. Maybe they're going to pick up all the Sahara Desert. Everyone's pretty much out of money at this point. So close to that capital. Brazil's also run out of money. And the Australians have officially annexed Brazil. Unless they can take out these smaller players, which the Sahara Desert's gone, there's one left. One nation to fight the tyranny of the Aussies. Is that going to be enough gold, though? Oh, crap. They are getting bigger, but Ukraine be losing money, too. Are you giving money? Oh, well, I guess that's over now. I mean, they are a lot smaller. They probably would just get puppeted. And, well, there it is. Funny enough, the quote-unquote desert continent here won the game. I should have saw this coming. Big thanks to my patrons this month. Kansas was mentioned. King Bear Hayes. John Denver. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. The beautiful Megan. Under Archaeology. A Fat Norwal. Carmel S. Connor Pavlik. Douche Baggins. Frederick Luxembourg. Jack Trim Tambourine Friend. Kirino is if you hear this, girl. I love you. The Mexican 760. Boy.